Pay attention everyone, because I'm gonna give you class. Today we're gonna talk about the Brazilian killer. Yes, the most incredible killer in Brazil, and knows what you're thinking about it. Let's do this. Everybody is thinking about in drug dealers, in narcos, in things like that, but no, we're talking about another class of killer. This guy kills because he loves it. This guy kills because he enjoyed it. He enjoyed kills. He used to have a tattoo that say "I kill for pleasure." His name is Pedro Rodrigues Filho, as better known as the Brazilian killer. Remember a few years ago a series called Dexter became fashionable? Well, this is the story behind that series. Instead of killing women and children in the streets, he used to kill criminals. He is killing bad people. He deserves to be in jail or not? Is he any kind of psychopath, or is he any kind of Robin Hood? Instead of robbing the rich people, is he killing? He's killing bad people, and that is what made the series really interesting. So today in Ricopt, as I say before, my God, as I say before, we're talking about Pedro Rodrigues Filho, the Brazilian killer, the real Dexter. Born in Minas Gerais, Brazil, he born with certain contusions on his head because his alcoholic father beat his mother before he was born. This will affect Pedro's psychopathic and sociopathic behavior. If you take a look about other serial killers, they have unstructured families, right? They beat them, they grow up in a hostile ambient, in a really crazy area, right? But they don't kill until they are older. This is the curious thing. They have a really tough past, but they don't kill until they are older. In fact, there are murderers who start killing after 25. But this is not the case of this boy. The case of this boy is particular. Let's take a look about the older Brazil. A Brazil from decades ago. Absolute misery, very hard lives in the streets. Even in these days, certain neighbors are really poor. But decades ago was a savage Brazil, was a absolute misery, absolutely poor people. And in this decade, we have a 14 years old Pedro, and his father has been accused of stealing. And Pedro's father swore that he never took any Brazilian currency. And everyone in that town knows he didn't, he wasn't, because it was a small town. Well, but with 14, takes a shotgun. He sees the beast mayor, who was his father's former boss, and shoot him in the chest, killing him instantly. 14 years old boy who already knew how to use a weapon. That was his first homicide, an age that we were playing with Legos, not killing people in the streets. But here the drama doesn't end. Everybody knew who was the person who commits the crime. Well, it was a security guard. So Pedro hunted him and found him, killing him with a knife. But Pedro knows, Pedro is intelligent. Pedro is an intelligent killer. Pedro knows the police will find him. At that days, the police was a disaster. But Pedro ran away and jumped into a gang. Like that, it's gonna be harder for the police to catch him. So now we have this 14 years old guy. He killed 2 persons. He jumped into a gang, and he doesn't stop here. The story continues. Let's keep going. After he jumps into the gang, killing everybody, every dangerous drug dealer in the street, in the hood. He was really famous, but he fell in love with a girl whose name is Olympia. Olympia is very important in this story because he kills an important drug dealer, but as a revenge, the gang who had the attack kills Olympia. As you can see, his life was dead, blood, hate, revenge. So after his girlfriend was killed, he personally executed all those who stole the love of his life. And let's remember, he's just a teenager, but he kills those he considered a bad person. All the situation, this chaos, this part of the story of Pedro, or the life story of Pedro, is been in about 4 years. When he is between 19 and 18 years old, the greatest tragedy of his life happened. And he already have thousands and thousands of tragedies, but in this tragedy, this peculiar tragedy, his father kills his mother with a knife. The police catch this fucker, and Pedro already know what he has to do. He takes a knife, he jumps up into the jail to basically visit his father, to give him his father the pardon. So he told the security guards he already forgives his father, he's gonna talk with his father and give him the pardon that he needs, the forgiveness that he needs. Pedro, with this social eyes, jump into the jail. After a few seconds of seeing his father, he jumped up into his father, giving him 23 stabs to his father. One more stab than he gives to his mother. Pedro take out his heart from the chest, start eating the heart, the Pedro's father's heart, and of course his scalp. Can be the end of our main chapter in this story, but Pedro doesn't end here. Now Pedro is into jail. From here, Pedro will spend his entire life, part of his entire adult life, in prison in Brazil. I repeat, prisons in Brazil. We already have the imagine of the prisons in the United States, prisons in Africa, prisons in Colombia, but in Brazil, the prisons in Brazil at that time was savage. And right here he found his favorite hunting ground, and he loves to kill psychopath killers, raptive killers. One of the incredible things that this man has is he has been transported from one prison to another prison in Brazil. The policeman stopped the bus, went out to fill some random papers, I don't know, police papers, and at that time was a raptist next to him. He asked him what he did. The raptist tell him like, well, I'm a raptist. Pedro decide to kill him, and by the time that the policeman come back to the bus, Pedro was smiling, full of blood. The police is wondering what happened here, and Pedro's, with a smile in his face, say, I killed him because he's a raptist, and he deserved it. For years and years, he's known as Pedrinho Matador, the Brazilian Dexter. Grow and grow and grow and grow. He almost confessed he killed at least 100 or more people in all his career. His career as a killer. His life inside the jail was a completely fight every day for survival, because the people that he kills into the jail, of course, have family, have members of his own gang. No one is alone in the jail except by Pedrinho Matador. He knew he was alone, and he had a fight every day, killing more and more and more people in jail, and making his story as Pedrinho Matador, as the Brazilian Dexter, grow up and grow and grow. One of the interesting things that happened to him into the jail is 3 guys of that gang that I mentioned before that he kills the boss. No, 3, no, sorry. 5 guys jump in a fight to him. They all full of knives. Pedrinho, with just his knuckles, defeat 3, kill 1, and the other 2 start running for his life. The other 2 guys die in the hospital because Pedrinho Matador killed him with only his hands. Pedrinho Matador is a completely beast. This guy is a monster. This guy knows very well why he is built for. He have a god hand. He knows if he want to destroy something, he can do it. Pedrinho Matador is a completely machine to kill everybody. Many persons analyze Pedro and they say Pedro is a perfect psychopath and a perfect psycho killer. Why? Because he shows empathy for his ex-girlfriend and his mother. Also, he knows he kills only the people that he considers a bad people. This jump us into a debate. Is he a good person because he kills bad persons? He shouldn't be in jail because he kills bad people. If we keep looking in the Brazilian story, in this story, Pedro should be more time in jail, but he is free. I mean, what happened with Pedro? You've been wondering what happened with Pedro. Well, he actually opens a YouTube channel. I think it's closed right now. Yeah, it should be closed right now because this person say, I want to be alone. Leave me alone. He jumped up into the Christianism. He tried to take out all his tattoos. That is a really painful process. And he have a family right now. This is one of the toughest videos that I have in my list of 9 incredible killers that I have prepared for you guys. This is the first one. The other 9 is more incredible than this one. So please guys, be aware and remember we have more incredible videos about this in here in Ricopt. I guess my neighbor is in a party right now. So we have more incredible videos here in Ricopt. Don't forget, hit the subscribe button and hit that thumbs up. And if you enjoyed the video, just give it a wonderful like.